The way she cried over that crib makes me wonder if maybe the unborn child is her. Then what if we've been looping for so long that she's become an adult in this loop? I have never seen inside that place, you know. I'm not sure whether to rage impotently or just be quietly glad. Anyway, I've watched you, Lefcadio. Your arrival was somewhat unexpected. All these years you've done your dutiful loop, dying along with sixpence in the chapel. Then all of a sudden, one day, you're running around, ruining everything. It took me a little while to figure it out. Then, of course, I knew that bloodied creature had to be involved. I'm sure she has spun all the tales about me and what's happening here. I'm sure they have left out some rather important information. I will be utterly candid with you now, Boone. I could end this right now. I could end you. I have the power. Perhaps she is right, and I am a monster. But we might all be monsters here. I want you to see, to understand. Come with me. Why'd my hair turn brown, and then not anymore? Is that how long I've been looping? Like, am I supposed to be significantly younger? What do things mean? What do they mean? Now the first question is, am I really a murderer? And to that, the answer is most assuredly yes. You see this man here, dear Reginald? I killed him, stone dead. It wasn't my finger that pulled the trigger, but it was my command. Family as well, you know. There's the exact moment of the kill. Is that his, what is that redness? Is that his blood coming out? It just looks so strange here. Sixpence is frozen perfectly in time. His face shows disbelief and agony. Is that supposed to be the blood exploding out? It doesn't look great when it's frozen, honestly. The staff member looks grimly dispassionate. He is doing his job without malice or pleasure. Some of them definitely took pleasure in it, though. Some of them didn't give a crap. Can I light this? No? So there's this. So this is when, huh? I'm gonna finally get a chance to explore what's left of this floor. Never mind. We're teleporting. Ah, the heart of the casino, our dear friend Clay. In this scenario, I had him die from a shot of venom from the same spider which would go on to devour his precious wife. He did like a drink, Clay, but never when he was working, you know. He's very smug. The poison has burned the flesh around Clay's mouth down to the bone. It is a horrific way to die. Holy shit. That's not conveyed by the cartoonish graphics that apparently his entire mouth is burned away to the bone, which means he's just like a skeleton grin at that point, much like the person who's much like the dealer. There's almost a sense of sadness in the lifeless mechanical eyes of Sixpence's prototype robot. So fitting. She was so beautiful, Trinity. The Moth by Moonlight. It was what Clay called her. She loved that name. A moth, so I thought it very fitting for her to be eaten by my giant spider. I never had one, you know. I'm sure nothing could possibly grow that big, but gods, I wish they did. I would have kept it in a room, just like this one. So the reason why we have such fantastical elements like a giant ridiculous spider and other things that don't make sense in this game, because once we got to the basement nothing made sense and we had like magical floating card rooms and stuff, seems to be specifically because this isn't real. You cannot imagine the terror she must have felt, bound in thread and waiting for the end. A creature from a nightmare. This one was rather fantastical. When we found that fish, I did so want to believe the stories. A voodoo fish. I rather suspect it was just a guppy with some particularly bright colors. The man who sold it to me must have thought I was the most gullible person under the sun. But I wasn't paying for the fish, I was paying for the story. Eleanor called me a fool. but she did love to watch him in his tank. Best fortune I ever spent. I'd like to say that Willow would never have hanged herself, but then a long time ago, I stopped even trying to pretend I could understand what another person might do. So this is the Marquis, right? Since he apparently runs this whole place. I thought he was going to be the character that's tragically in that tube. At one point, you thought this creature held the answers, but he's just a fiction, a boogeyman. Willow's face is contorted in agony. And then she kills herself. Miss Tequila Bell, what a voice. She was a living work of art. I murdered her with the notes of a song, and then had my staff throw her body down a garbage chute. Why? The staff member appears to be taking a certain amount of pride in the carnage he has created. That was pretty clear at the time. Tequila bleeding to death from deep lacerations all across her body. The stained glass window is smashed to pieces. The song must have had special significance to her too. Them making a point to kill her with that song specifically, which she knew. Grayson, Red. It really wasn't a party till those two got here. Grayson really is such a complete scoundrel, but my god, he's fun. Or he was, at least. Red really would have done anything for him. I'm almost certain that it would be so much more painful if Grayson had gone second, and Red had to watch him die first. Yes, perhaps I'll change this one. So what? Did all of his guests die and he started looping infinitely? I'm wondering if he's the host of this place and this entire place got wiped out by a fire, tragically, and he got stuck in a loop. And over time, perhaps, after watching the same deaths over and over again, what if he started inventing more ironic and more fitting deaths for these people he once cared about? What kind of maniac imagines torturing a man this way? He gave his own life to try to save Grayson. That'd be a twisted thing, right? Like, what if he was stuck watching his friends die for so many times in a row that eventually he became so desensitized to it that he started inventing new ways to kill them that made more sense for who they were? Ah, Orem. I smelted him down in a furnace like a big gold bar. My mansion has many strange and wonderful creations, but a lift that doubled as an incinerator, that would have been something. I like to think that if Orem were able to choose how he went, then perhaps he would have chosen something like this. Though in a way, he almost did. I might be right. We never really explained the blue doors, did we? There's all these doors with blue fire I can't open. Some of them I've been on both sides of, making them feel extra pointless. Thanos, what a mind to waste. It wasn't just this mansion that he built, you know. There are similar works of architectural genius all over the country. He was a grouchy and often tiresome old man, but that mind was like a cracked diamond. At least his works still will live on. Well, Boone, you have heard my confession. As I said, I am a murderer. This is not a brag or a boast. I am not good or clever for it. I am sinful and gross. I have killed everyone in this mansion, but there is one person who didn't die. If we're all supposed to have fitting and ironic deaths and stuff, it makes sense that I was then supposed to die in a chapel, since my character's a priest. This beautiful golden elevator is the connection between the horror upstairs and madness down here. I didn't really think about it till just now, but if this guy went down with the elevator, so his invitation might be down here. I might just have to hang out in this clock room when it's like 11 o'clock. Thanos' body is charred to a crisp. The furnace cooked him through. One man who survived the events of the day here. Who is this? Who woke up in a broken body with a broken mind. They put a mask on his face and a machine forced him to breathe until he was fit to stand. Is that you? Where are my answers? If what the man in the gold mask says is true, then the mask is a breathing aid. Who are the staff here? Are all of the staff members here broken pieces of the same character's psyche? Because they're so off-kilter and weird. Some of them are like... A lot of them are basically, like... characters? Like caricatures in cartoons. Communicating with one word, or being like these Joker-style villains, or being totally dispassionate. They could all be pieces of the same person. A man who served his time, but time that could never be enough. Here's the tree. Is that how long he was down here, breathing? Whoever was in this cell, they must have been here for years upon years for that tree to grow this large. But the tree's on this side of the cell, which is weird. How is he watering it? A man who lived when all the others did not. I would like you to meet that man, Boone. I would like you to meet him and then decide if this day should end. What the hell's going on? Crypt is marked Lucas. It is empty. Crypt is marked Eleanor. You know, somehow, that the grave is real. She is here. So Eleanor is dead now. Just like that. There we go. There's the flame doors. Not what I meant by blue flame door, because those are all over the place, but these are also doors. The answer will be behind these doors. Come and find me there. She and I will be waiting for you. What is going on? So it sounds like it's time for our conclusion. What? Why am I here? Of all places. Oh, is this the closest one? It is. Marquis invites you to tonight's show, 7 p.m. Let's see, I wonder if the, is the blue fire gone now? Across the whole house, perhaps? It's not gone there, that's for sure. This room, you remember. Do I really have new things to remember this late in the game? I thought I'd been here before. The furnace elevator. At the center of the mansion is a glorious statue carved in the shape of a phoenix. It is one of the crowning glories of the mansion, a marvel of vision, art, and engineering. The statue was originally an enormous furnace that warmed the mansion before the entire heating system was redesigned and improved by Thanos. The Marquis also included a secret in the statue, however, shared only with a very select few. It conceals an elevator leading down into sections of the basement, kept hidden from prying eyes. So secret, in fact, that the original safety codes to activate the elevator were changed so not even Thanos knows the true combination. Okay. So it's about time to press forward, but instead of doing that for the moment, I'm going to take a moment to try to get a few of the invitations, since I have a few ideas on how to get some of them. Entering in that code. It's getting rather late, too. Gotta move fast. Hello, two dead. Yep, there's one invitation. Her body, it's slashed all over. The cuts are so deep, the bone is showing. Perfect way to die. That's horrible. I think I only got one invitation out of that, though. Let's see here. Alright. And you. Got a few things, then. Right. Just a repeat of the tutorial. Just mark that as read real quick. The guests. Trinity Carrington. The blind artist Trinity Carrington is one of the most gifted sculptors in the world. The Marquis saw one of her statues while visiting a church with another of the guests in the mansion and tracked her down to create the carvings that decorate the Sexy Brutale. The elegance of her work is quite at odds with her wicked sense of humor and complete disregard for rules. She was caught cheating at cards using her extraordinary sense of touch and hearing, but this delicate situation introduced her to her future husband, head of security Clay Rockridge, so she considered herself a winner regardless. There we go. So she's blind. That's why it's hinted at by the fact that you can't see her eyes in her mask, which is unusual. But also, it shows how she managed to get herself stuck in a giant spider web because she couldn't see it, because she has to feel around a bit in order to tell what the hell's going on around her. And what was the other detail? It probably explains how she was able to pick up on the code that was being typed in earlier, because she could probably hear the sounds that the keys made on the keypad as the other guy locked the door, and then she just used that same code back on the door. The Butterfly House. The Marquis held a particular fascination with exotic, colorful, and above all, venomous creatures. He created this tropical room to house some of the most beautiful and dangerous specimens, in addition to using their toxins to flavor and spice the drinks he served at the mansion, a practice which thrilled and delighted as many guests as it horrified. He enjoyed nothing more than walking through this room, knowing that a careless step or misplaced touch could end his life. He kept the room safe under lock and key, but there were whispered rumors among the staff of a horrific creature growing unchecked in the sweltering darkness. So who are we missing? We just have the two Rockridges and Carrington now. That could get tough. Let's see. Okay, so the last mask I just got shows up in the middle of the Mask Powers ring, by the way. So I don't know how to get Sixpence's invitation because I don't know how to get back to the beginning of the game. I have both of these. Willow could be tough because she hangs herself. Don't know. Maybe when she hangs herself, you can undo it and she'll drop. But then you have to like find where her corpse lands, and that's really messed up. I found Tequila's corpse, but it doesn't have the invitation on it. Maybe some of these invitations aren't on the bodies, which makes it a hell of a thing to try to track it down at that point. I think you might find Thanos' invitation by going to that very last giant clock on the bottom floor of the elevator that we found, and then just waiting for him to fall down. And yeah, Grayson is inside the cage. How do you get in there? Huh. So this had the King of Spades. Well now, Lafcadio Boone, I have something for you. Pass this on to our old friend, won't you? We're not so different, he and I. Not so different at all. I'll be waiting for you, Lafcadio. What'd you pass on? I'm done with y'all now. Keep moving. Oh, it's up here. He revealed an invitation at the top of his tank. There we go. Willow Blue, the flame in the dark. The Marquis knew there was something special about Willow when he first met her in a curiosity shop deep in the swamps. His instincts were correct. Though she never speaks of it, Willow Blue is the closest that the old families have to royalty. There is a drop of ancient magic in her veins, giving her strange, dark gifts that allow her to see what others cannot. The Marquis struck a deal with Willow, engaging her services to seek out the unusual artifacts to display in the mansion. But she has deep concerns over one of the more exotic gifts the Marquis has found for his wife. Grinmaw, Deep Demon. Old as stones, Grinmaw is the true form hiding behind the tiny Juju Guppy that the Marquis bought for his wife as a gift, completely unaware that the legends were real. One of the true voodoo demons of the deep, Grinmaw resembles a gigantic anglerfish with a tiny, colorful guppy as the lure on the end of his tether. Only those with the second sight can see Grinmaw's true form, but he delights in whispering madness to any who will listen. Willow knew what was really in the tank in the secret chamber, and created special candles that would reveal him for a confrontation, but once unmasked, he proved to be more powerful than she could have imagined. Oh. This ghost gave it to me. Did you see her? Wasn't that an amazing performance? You know, despite all my lechery, Tequila really is an extraordinary lady. The ghost has her invitation? Tequila Belle, the Southern Siren. Even throughout her extremely modest upbringing, Tequila Belle had a truly extraordinary voice. The Marquis had long admired her as a performer, and was staggered when he learned that she was the stepsister of Trinity Carrington. Since she was first invited, Tequila has attended and sung at every masked ball. Her unusual accompanist is pianist Red Rockridge, but she and the Marquis would also practice together, sometimes long into the night. Although there was never any outward impropriety, these sessions were eventually called to a halt by the Marquis shortly after he met his wife. We're getting close now. I'm only missing 4. One of which could be for the character we haven't even met yet. Well, there's 2 here. I need both of these guys' invitations. I need the first invitation, and I need Grayson. We're close. I have half. So it says 5 out of 9, but I currently have 4 out of 8, basically. No, I have 5 out of 8. Wait, how far along am I actually? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ah, the last person doesn't have an invitation. Never mind, it is out of 9. I thought that sounded wrong. So I'm missing 4 still. These 2, that guy, and that guy. How the hell do I get back to Reginald? Maybe it's hidden somewhere around here, I guess. Alright, so I'm on my way to the first of the mirror rooms we ever found. Have I opened you before? I'm hoping that the mirror rooms will... No, yeah, I've opened you before. Oh, you're on fire, huh? Just for the moment. I'm hoping the mirror rooms will allow me to go back to the area where Reginald Sixpence is, because otherwise I don't see any footpath to go there. Problem being, of course, these places are full of people all the time. Alright, this is my chance, I think. Go, 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 go. I've already... Whoa. Creepy. What? Where am I? There's a collectible down there. Oh. Oh. Things got weird. Well then. So apparently I'm in a new chunk of the map where all these things connect. Yep. So this is... So all the mirrors that we've seen are in this weird square hallway? Interesting. So where do you head us? Does that mean this takes us to the library, considering it's indicated and such? Yeah. So I'm at the library now. Not a priority. Let's head back. Okay. I was wondering how it was going to work. I kind of thought there'd be like a menu or something you would page through to tell you which mirror to take you to, but there's actually... Each mirror is only a 2-way. This one has the giant lock icon on it. Takes me to this back room. Yeah. We've been here before. How about the other one? Takes me to the theater? Ah, chest. Chest is an ornament. Is it though? What if you use that old habits thing on it? Oh, hi. 2 of clubs is there for some reason. Where am I right now? Oh, right. Here. Ah, we're near the cage area. Right. That whole nightmare. How am I gonna find those people's invitations? Well, we have a few new cards added to the list. How far am I on those? 48 out of 52. I'm only missing 4 in the entire game. Oh god. Don't mind me, I'm just gonna sprint past you like a lunatic real quick. I'll taking damage. Ow, 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 ow. Stop, 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 stop. Yeah. Uh-oh. I can look through the mirrors. Where'd he go? Wasn't he just sticking out? I've probably broken you before. Yep. Which means we're somewhere I've been before. Yeah, really close to the other mirror on the map, actually. Oh, what was with that door I couldn't open before? I should double check that. What's the deal with that door? I'm not gonna be able to see it right. Oh, right, it's my current goal. Right. That's where I have to go to finish the story. Okay. Time to run around like a lunatic and hopefully not get killed. Take me, mirror. I gotta get going or I'm gonna be in trouble. Uh-oh. Are people lining up? No. So now I've done the full loop. Concerning. Concerning because I don't think any of them led me back there. 2 is the one that kills him. 2 goes from there all the way up to here. Okay, so there must be another mirror in that room I'm about to explore next. That must allow me to go back to Reginald Sixpence's area, because that's where the mirror is. We can follow 2 going in and out of it. Interesting. What have I collected? Basement. Broken mask room. A twisted, insane statue stands in the middle of the room. Its purpose is unclear, as if it was crafted by a madman with only the most tentative grasp of form, function, or meaning, and placed here, out of sight and mind. Above it is a glass walkway, a series of tunnels that appear to connect rooms throughout the mansion in a secret, unknowable way. What is this place? Who walks down here in the dark? By the way, I like how this codex works in this game. It does mark stuff as read the moment you scroll over them, which is a bummer, because sometimes you want to scroll past something to click on something else. It's an ongoing iffy problem I have with the games like this. But at the very least, they're smart enough to center the screen on the thing you're highlighting at the moment, which I cannot stress enough how important that is and how stupid it is whenever a game doesn't do that. It's stupid because imagine if my icon was on Gramophone Room right now and the screen looked like this. Then if you press down, you're automatically clicking on the next thing and it's marking as red. But because it's instantly marked as red the moment you highlight it, you don't get to see that it was even marked as red in the first place, and so you don't even know that it was a thing that you hadn't read yet, because the moment you scroll to it, it becomes marked as red before you can even register that you had not read it yet. Which completely defeats the purpose of having these exclamation points that show things that are not marked as red and so on and so forth. So this game does that right, at the very least, by centering it on your icon. I'm blown away, for example, by all the Mass Effect and Dragon Age games that are too stupid to do that. I'm like, I want to know which things I have and haven't read, and yeah, I literally can't navigate the menu without highlighting everything along the way and marking it as red. I think even Witcher 3, which I love, I think had the exact same problem. I'm like, what the hell are you doing? What's the point of having this codex thing and marking stuff as red or not red if the moment the screen's big enough where it needs to scroll at all, it becomes completely useless. So this game is better than those games at codexes, is what I'm getting at. Ah, that is quite the gross skull thing you have there. Let's do a trade for this thing I found on the large gentleman who was passing through here. Hey, there we go. So he steals the invitation from Aurum Runes, and you have to trade the fed skull to him. The Metis Giant. Aurum Runes is descended from a family of master goldsmiths. As a younger man, Aurum worked tirelessly in the forges, smelting with methods of his own devising. He created hardened steels for the most challenging industrial designs, as well as inventing delicate filigree techniques no one could match. Fumes from a particularly demanding project aggravated a dormant medical condition, and Aurum was able to create a specialized welding mask to monitor his heart rate. Aurum is responsible for many of the most exquisite pieces of art and engineering throughout the mansion. Here we go. Should be hearing from him around 11 o'clock. Yay, it's horrible. Body is charred beyond recognition. There is something on the back of his chair. A burned invitation in this case. Thanos Gorecki, the Blueprint Prince. Master Architect Thanos Gorecki what? Oh, it's a typo. Okay. Thanos Gorecki is one of the great minds behind some of the most ingenious features of the Sexy Brutale. He and many of the other guests of the mansion have worked together over the years to create hidden features or works of art throughout the building. His knowledge of the mansion is unparalleled, but Even he is not privy to all the Marquis's secrets, and something has been troubling him about the behavior of the staff. Thanos has attempted to leverage his knowledge of a little-known pathway to get to the truth, but it has not worked out as he would hope.